Hello everyone, back tuning in to today's first video, doing a 5-day forecast for today's first video. As always on a Wednesday, having a detailed look at weather for the next 5 days. Now, temperature anomalies across central England have been running around 2 to 2.5 degrees above average for the first half of March. I think we will see potential becoming a little bit cooler over the coming 5 days, only going back to average, no sign of anything cold coming up at all, but returning the temperature closer to average and becoming a little bit more unsettled as well. So the overall theme of the next 5 days is cooler and more unsettled, but not cold, and it's not going to be a washout of a period at all. There will be plenty of dry spells in between, a few bands of rain at times. I'll get on with the detail in a second. Just say about websites using 5-day forecast versus of also using websites so weatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de, and you'll find links to both websites on the links page. This is actually the radar picture from the Weather Outlook. We can see that most parts of the country are dry, but across Scotland there is a little bit of rain. It's very light and patchy in the south and southeast of Scotland. It's a bit heavier in the far north and northwest. Here's the Arctic pressure chart today. We've got high pressure across the south. We've got low pressure out to the north and west. There is a weak weather front moving into western side of Scotland. So we'll keep outbreaks of rain across western and northern Scotland through the course of this afternoon. Probably get a little bit more widespread and heavier. And the wind's going to freshen a little bit as well. The bulk of the country will be staying dry. And across England and Wales, we're going to have plenty of sunny spells coming through this afternoon. Going to be another unusually warm afternoon for the middle part of March, with temperatures going up potentially to around 16 or 17 degrees. One or two places might go higher than that, up to 18, maybe even 19 degrees into the mid-60s Fahrenheit. In the north, of course, it will be a little bit cooler there because there's more cloud, wind, and those showery bursts of rain. So temperatures of around, say, 10 degrees across parts of Scotland. Overnight tonight, the wind continues to freshen in the north. It's going to turn quite windy across Scotland, and also wind getting up across Northern Ireland as well. There'll be showery bursts of rain, most of it light and patchy in the north and the west. Much of England and Wales will stay dry. Could be a few mist and fog patches again tonight, with temperatures between around 5 and 10 Celsius. Through into Thursday, and we're going to find another weather system coming in off the Atlantic. It's going to be a little bit more active, so I think the Scotland and Northern Ireland eventually coming down into northern parts of England. It's going to turn quite windy, and there'll be some outbreaks of rain as well. Most of that rain will be light, patchy, but a few heavier bursts could be mixed in. Further south, we'll have sunny spells across England and Wales, but not the lovely sunshine of today. There will be more cloud around and a fresher wind. Going to be all-round cooler feeling day, I think, across most parts of the country. Temperatures are still going to be pretty decent in the south at around 14 or 15 degrees, but it'll certainly feel cooler and fresher compared to today. Further north, temperatures there of around, say, 7 to 10 degrees. And then we've got an active weather system coming through the country on Friday. There's a weather front sort of strung out through the central swathe of the country. So I think for southern Scotland, much of Ireland, northern England, probably coming down into Wales as well, particularly North Wales, there will be outbreaks of rain on and off through much of the day, and some of that rain could be heavy, particularly on the western side of any hills, mountains, and of course around those western coasts. Scotland will have a bright day with sunny spell, but a few showers coming through, and that leaves much of the Midlands, southern southeastern England largely dry. It will be windy and probably quite a lot of cloud down in the southeast as well. Temperatures on Friday will be lower again, back to average. Sort of temperature between, say, 7 and 12 degrees. That's where we should be, really, for the middle part of March. We get through into the weekend. We've still got that weather front to start off with through the central swathe of the country, so I expect further cloud and outbreaks of rain on Saturday morning. I think most of that rain will die out, become very light and patchy, and probably a dry afternoon. But we'll keep a fair amount of cloud going, especially in the northwest. The south and east probably getting a few dry and bright intervals coming through during the course of Saturday afternoon. Temperatures going up to around 14 degrees. If sun comes out, that's 57 Fahrenheit. Otherwise, sort of 10, 11, 12 degrees is about average for the 18th of March. We move through into Sunday, and we're going to bring another little weather system into the northwest. So I think it will be western Scotland, Northern Ireland, probably northwest England that has the thickest of the cloud, outbreaks of rain. Most of that rain will be light and patchy, but one or two heavier bursts could be mixed in. Elsewhere, I think going to stay mostly dry. There will be a lot of cloud on Sunday morning, but we might brighten things up a bit, especially in the south and the east on Sunday afternoon. Temperatures somewhere between, say, 7 and 13 degrees. And then we get through to Monday, and a more active weather system will be swinging in off the Atlantic then. Again, roughly in the same area that we have Friday's weather system. So I think it's through Ireland, particularly Northern Ireland, into southern, southwestern parts of Scotland, down into Northern England, through North Wales. That central swathe of the country, but we could have some quite heavy and persistent outbreaks of rain again on Monday. But south and the southeast probably staying mostly dry with a mix of sunny spells and cloud, and Scotland probably, or the bulk of Scotland, probably having sunny spells, but also some showers. And as the air begins to get a bit cold in the far north, those showers might start to turn wintry actually across the northern parts of Scotland. So temperatures in the north of Scotland maybe just 5 degrees, but elsewhere about average, sort of 10 to 13, something like that. But have a look at charts and weather outlook. So we've got the patchy rain in the northwest today. Elsewhere, bags of sunshine and feeling unusually warm for the middle part of March. It'll be an all-round cooler day on Thursday with showery rain in the north and the west, mostly dry in the southeast, but an increase in cloud compared to today, and you will feel the cooler northwesterly wind. Then we have those outbreaks of rain, some a bit heavy and persistent through the central swathe of the country there on Friday, mostly dry on either side, quite windy on Friday as well. Saturday starts off with patchy rain, but most of that dies out. It will be a fairly cloudy day, temperatures around average. A few sunny spells coming through in the south, but more showery rain in the north and west on Sunday. And then on Monday it turns quite wet again through this central swathe of the country, mostly dry to the north of Scotland, although that doesn't really show it. And in the south, I think again probably mostly dry. After that we probably turn things a little bit colder on Tuesday, and we might bring down some wintry showers to the north. So in summary, we're starting off sunny, dry and unusually warm. It will turn cooler and more unsettled during the 5-day forecast period. Nothing overly dramatic in terms of cold weather, just a return to average temperatures really. And there will be some spells of rain at times, particularly through the central swathe of the country, but not a washout. There will be plenty of dry weather in between. Later on we'll have a look at the 5 to 10 day forecast period, so come back to that this afternoon. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.